In the top stories, Team Unity Town Hall meetings continue in Newtown. Prime Minister Harris praises new head of the Police Forensics Unit. And Minister Byron gives an update on the hospital records upgrade project. The details on these stories and more after the break. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Kyla Berridge. The Team Unity administration will host its third town hall meeting entitled Good Governance and Accountability for Prosperity at the Newtown Community Center on Tuesday, February 7th at 7:30 p.m. Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris is expected to lead members of the cabinet, including Parliamentary Representative for Constituency Number 1, Honorable Ian Patches-Liburd, during the meeting and present updates on the stewardship of his administration ahead of its second anniversary in office. Also expected to make presentations at Tuesday's forum are Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Honorable Vincent Byron, as well as Minister of Foreign Affairs and Aviation, Honorable Mark Brantley. Prime Minister Harris said, quote, "If there are any criteria by which you evaluate good governance, it must be how do we stand with the contract with the people, and our contract with the people was our manifesto," end quote. Nationals and residents are asked to attend with their questions and criticisms, as these town hall meetings are by the people and for the people. The Good Governance and Accountability for Prosperity Town Hall will be carried live on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM and ZIZ Television Channel 5, or persons can log on to www.zizonline.com. Naresh Ramnarine, a former law enforcement officer of 26 years in Trinidad and Tobago, now heads the forensic unit in the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. This was revealed by Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, Dr. Honorable Timothy Harris, during his monthly press conference on Wednesday, February 1st. He welcomed Mr. Ramnarine and noted that he is confident that he will do great work given his level of expertise.
He will now lead and transform our forensic unit into a world-class effort. He comes with much experience, and I gather to date you have shown the correct kind of interest in what is happening. Whatever resources you need, we will provide.
Commissioner of Police Ian Creeley shared similar sentiments, noting that Mr. Ramnarine comes with a wealth of experience in the forensics field. He further noted that the force is of the view that his competence will be able to lead the new thrust that the institution is putting on forensics. Prime Minister Harris also used the occasion to welcome Dr. Niels Chaitan, an international social skills consultant and crime reduction specialist who is conducting stakeholder consultations to develop a crime reduction plan. Dr. Harris noted that these persons will be of great help to the government and the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, and in particular the police force, as they work together to curb criminal behaviors.
So you see the varied nature of the government's effort to restore law and order to a quality of which we all can be proud. It's wide. It's about training. It's about vehicles. It's about other interventions. But most importantly, it's about enhancing the human power, the human resources that must drive this success.
Prime Minister Harris said that with this kind of assistance, the aim is to reach out to all to help make St. Kitts and Nevis a better place. Minister of Telecommunications, Honorable Vincent Byron, says the transfer of hospital records to a digital format is expected to be completed in a few months. During the Prime Minister's most recent press conference, Minister Byron said the transfer is part of an overall upgrade of the JNF Hospital's record-keeping system that is currently underway.
We are currently updating patient records so that we can have maybe about 70% completed. But these are being inputted as I speak, and we expect over the next few months, couple months, to have 100% completion in that regard.
Minister Byron said the upgrade will improve access to patient information and allow it to be delivered where it is needed more efficiently.
The hospital information system allows everyone entering into the hospital as the register to get a key, and that would then access, as it was, their records as they go forward. We would hope when the system is expanded, complete and expanded, it will allow patients, even at their doctors, their own MDs, to be able to have their MDs access this information regardless of where they are.
The upgrade of the JNF Hospital's information system is being conducted in partnership with the Republic of China, Taiwan. After the break, government to launch new mobile apps for anniversary celebrations, and police seized marijuana and cocaine in a search operation on the weekend. We'll tell you more when we come back. As part of its celebrations for the second anniversary in office, the Government of National Unity will roll out 5 additional mobile applications or apps which form part of its e-government services. This was disclosed by Chairperson of the Organizing Committee for Anniversary Celebrations, His Excellency Ambassador Sidney Osborne. The additions include a Consumer Affairs app, SKNIS, St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service app, Crime Prevention app, a Government Directory app, and an Events app. Ambassador Osborne said the SKNIS app will offer information regarding government publications. This app also includes the SKNIS social media outlets and other useful information about the department. The Consumer Affairs app will provide information pertaining to where consumers can get the best prices on food items. The Crime Prevention app provides members of the public an opportunity to report on potential and criminal activities and also to get crime prevention tips. The other 2 apps are a directory app, which offers information on all government departments, and an events app will provide information on government-supported events such as the St. Kitts Music Festival. The apps will be launched on Wednesday, February 15th at a venue to be determined as part of the government's second anniversary celebrations. The free apps will be available for download on Google Play. A combined search operation on the Southeast Peninsula on Sunday has led to the seizure of a large quantity of marijuana and cocaine. According to a police statement, the operation involved officers of the Special Services Unit, the Anti-Drug Unit, and the St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force near the ferry landing. The police say they found and seized a box containing approximately 10 pounds of marijuana and 2 pounds of cocaine. The street value for the seizure is estimated at about $280,000 for the marijuana and just over $89,000 for the cocaine. 3 persons were detained, interviewed, and later released. No one has been charged. The seizure comes on the heels of one in January in which an arriving passenger at the Robert L. Bradshaw International Airport was stopped and found to be carrying a quantity of cocaine in his stomach. Commissioner of Police Mr. Ian Quealy commended the officers for their work in analyzing information and intelligence. He said, quote, "The process of making any seizure, especially of this size, requires diligence in sifting through and patience in waiting for the right opportunity. Our teams are delivering, and I commend them, but we will need the support of community for continued success," end quote. The Mount Moriah Seventh-day Adventist Church hosted its Man Up Symposium on Sunday afternoon. During his presentation, guest speaker, international social consultant and crime reduction specialist Dr. Niels Chaitan touched on a number of issues facing the communities and the Caribbean as a whole. While coinciding with the celebration of Black History Month, Dr. Chaitan used the opportunity to address the issue of colorism in the home.
I want a light-skinned girl. I want a light-skinned boy to make a baby for. Mothers and fathers are treating the light-skinned children better than the black-skinned children. Isn't that self-hate? And you know how much of that we have in the Caribbean?
After the symposium, Pastor Carl Hastings of District Number 2, Seventh-day Adventist Church, gave a few words of advice to persons who may have missed the Man Up Symposium, especially men across the island.
We want men across the island to know that there is need for change. There is need for all of us to reach out and to to work in a safety net whereby we can help other men, other boys, and other girls to know and understand that they have value, and because they have value, we need to all live better lives. It is important also for all of us across the island to understand that saving the next generation is our goal and our determination. If we are going to save our boys and girls, it means that we're going to have to start right now.
The discussion was chaired by member of the Mount Moriah Seventh-day Adventist Church, Marilyn Johnson. She said it is one of many community building initiatives organized by the church. The discussion was chaired by member of the Mount Moriah Seventh-day Adventist Church, Marilyn Johnson. She said one of the many community building initiatives organized by the church. The Man Up Symposium was held in the hall of the Sadler's Primary School. Coming up, Trinidad hosts a fitness expo and residents face medical supply shortage crisis in Venezuela. The details when we come back. Health and fitness gurus gathered at the Sweatshop Fitness Expo in Trinidad on Saturday. CNews' Mary Hall reports.
Some say the secret to healthy living is a lifestyle change, and on Saturday, members of Sweatshop sought to offer consumers and fitness enthusiasts the opportunity to either shop for products or services related to the development of one's well-being or participate in fun activities designed to make you sweat. Director of Sweatshop Sharon Diaz told CNews the event is in its first year, and she hopes it will encourage people to take care of their bodies.
And it's not about being skinny or anything like that. It's about health and taking proper care of your body and knowing how your body works.
One fitness instructor at the Dura Body Fitness Center said healthy is all about keeping active.
The fact is that we have become quite sedentary as a population, and that's a world issue. It's not just Trinidad and Tobago. And as a result, any sort of movement that offers the body a bit of intensity, that makes it work in a different way and helps it to now develop in a different capacity than just sitting down all the time. Anything like that would help.
We even ran into celebrity worldwide fitness educator Samantha Clayton.
I've been traveling around the world just promoting health, fitness and exercise. Former Olympian, mama 4, so I'm here in Trinity this weekend to get people motivated, let them know wherever they are in their life, they can just get back in shape, get powerful and just become their best self. So.
And if you were looking to take soca music beyond the carnival season, locally created fitness program Soca Fit has just that.
Soca Fit is an entire system developed here in Trinidad and Tobago. It uses exclusively soca music and soca dance moves as a way to get fit, and also we've been trying to work on combating non-communicable diseases. The system has different components, so we have ongoing classes which we can find in Port of Spain, in the east, in south. We also have community burns which are free. Persons can just come out and experience it. We've done one in we've done Point Fortin, we've done Maruga. Actually, there's a community burn going on today in Toco. We head across to Tobago next week.
Marie Hall, CNews.
A shortage of medical supplies has added to the already dire economic crisis in Venezuela. Here's more.
In Venezuela, where an estimated 110,000 people in 2015 were living with HIV, a shortage of critical medicines, including life-saving anti-HIV drugs, threatens a country already in crisis. In June of 2016, a network of Venezuelans living with HIV sought urgent humanitarian aid from the Geneva-based Global Fund to Fight AIDS, Tuberculosis, and Malaria. The petition notes that in addition to a severe stockout of antiretroviral treatment, Venezuela lacks a necessary supply of condoms, HIV test kits, or basic supplies to diagnose and treat tuberculosis. The Global Fund leaders, who notably took 6 months to reply to the original urgent request for help, have responded that they have liaised with our partner network to see who might be in a position to help.
Coming up, Donald Trump faces a legal battle over his travel ban, and Argentinian priest in police custody over claims of child molestation. The details when we come back. U.S. President Donald Trump is facing an escalating legal battle over the implementation of his controversial travel ban. It suffered another setback over the weekend after the federal appeals court denied a government request to reinstate the ban on travelers from 7 Muslim-majority countries as well as refugees. Hesmar.
President Trump has made it very clear he won't back down on his immigration ban. For the safety of the country, we will win, he said, as over the weekend he attended a gala dinner in aid of the American Red Cross, an organization that helps refugees, people who, if he wins his legal action in the coming hours, would be banned from the US. Men, women and children from 7 predominantly Muslim countries, all who have valid visas and have been vetted, have been arriving at US airports after the ban that would have prevented their travel was temporarily halted by federal judge James Robart. Vice President Mike Pence was questioned in an NBC interview about a tweet in which Trump called him a so-called judge.
I think people find it very refreshing that they not only understand this president's mind, but they understand how he feels about things. He expresses himself in a unique way. And again, the judge's actions, look, the judge's actions in this case in Washington, which are at odds with a federal district court judge in Boston who upheld the constitutionality of the president's actions, the judge's actions in this case, making decisions about American foreign policy and national security, it's just very frustrating to the president, to our whole administration.
Another issue, again, is also causing controversy. During the campaign and now as president, Trump has seemed reluctant to criticize Russia and President Putin. There is unease, including from some Republicans, about his latest comments.
Putin's a killer. A lot of killers. We got a lot of killers. Why, you think our country's so innocent?
There may be a few more clues about the administration's foreign policy when the president leaves the resort club he owns here on Monday. He'll travel from Mar-a-Lago to the other side of Florida for a visit to Central Command, the U.S. military headquarters that controls its operations in the Middle East. James Bays, Al Jazeera, Palm Beach, Florida.
2 priests in Argentina are being held by police accused of raping and molesting children with hearing disabilities. The attacks allegedly took place at the Antonio Provollo Institute in Mendoza province. At least 24 victims have so far come forward seeking justice. More in this report.
Returning here is not easy for Cecilia Penal. Her 2 children attended this Catholic institution for children with hearing difficulties. She recently found out they'd been abused.
When she was at school, she was aggressive, she screamed, she cut herself. She had to be medicated. We believed here they would have a chance to learn how to speak and improve their lives.
But that didn't happen. Both her children, now in their 20s, were called 3 months ago to testify in an investigation into the abuse of at least 24 children at the Provollo Institute here in Mendoza.
For years, dozens of children were allegedly raped and abused in this institute that was supposed to help them cope with their hearing disability. What shocked people even more is that one of the priests reportedly involved in molesting children, Nicola Corradi, had already been accused in the past of similar crimes in Italy. For many, this is just another example of the church's attempt to hide those involved in sexual abuse.
Nicola Corradi, one of the 2 priests who is currently imprisoned, is 82 years old. In 2009, a group of victims from the Provollo Institute in Verona, Italy, denounced priests who allegedly abused them. Recently, they released this video asking Pope Francis to intervene. After handing a list to the Pope 3 years ago with the names of the abusive priests, they included Nicola Corradi, who was living in the Pope's native Argentina.
The church moves in 2 ways. If the abuses have not made it to the news, they move the priest to another location. But if the abuses are made public, then they start asking for forgiveness and will assist in the investigation.
The adopted daughter of Paola González was also a victim. She is now 14 years old.
She told me that someone was taking her clothes. She cannot speak well, but she showed me with signs. They take advantage of children that are vulnerable.
Church leaders in Mendoza say they had no information about what was happening in the institute.
We are trying not to hide things anymore and confront them. The Pope has said there is zero tolerance approach, and that's what we are trying to do.
The initiative is coming a little too late for the families affected. Their children have been scarred for life by the lack of controls in an institution that was supposed to help them. They are demanding justice. Teresa Bo, Al Jazeera, Mendoza.
Up next in sports, national under-20 footballers on their way to CONCACAF Championships in Costa Rica. And New England Patriots pull off a come-from-behind victory at the Super Bowl. Stay tuned. The national football under-20 football team is on its way to Costa Rica to take part in the CONCACAF Under-20 Championship. The tournament runs from February 17th until March 5th and will pit the team against 11 other countries from around the world. On Monday morning, the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association held a press conference at Football House to update the public on the competition and the team's preparations. SKNFA General Secretary Stanley Jacobs spoke of the work the association has been doing to get the team ready.
We at the SKNFA has brought in the expertise of three coaches from overseas, in Mr. Gary Stemple, who has been here with us for the past 2 weeks, and Mr. Clayne Plummer, a goalkeeper coach, and Mr. Lionel Jose Flores, trainer, to give the team that heightened preparation, getting them ready for match situations and more heightened tactical play as we get ready for our final competitions in Costa Rica.
President of the SKNFA, Anthony Johnson, said this competition is extremely important for St. Kitts and Nevis and a great opportunity for the players.
For us, it is an opportunity not only to qualify for the first time in our history for the Under-20 FIFA World Cup, but it's an opportunity for us and for our players to showcase their talent on a very significant stage, because as you would expect, quite a number of coaches, scouts, etc. will be at this tournament looking for talent.
Team captain Salas Cannonier said he and his team are ready for the challenge.
It's an exciting feeling. I mean, it's a wonderful feeling, really. Though it has been the first time for me making it thus far, I know we will go out there and do our best, so all the hopes up for the team.
The players, coaches and support staff will be leaving between Monday and Tuesday. Their first match will be on Saturday, February 18th versus the Haiti Under-20 team. Cuba's female boxers want government support to form Cuba's first female boxing team. Emily McTarley reports.
Cuban men have won more Olympic medals in boxing than any other country. But now a group of up-and-coming female boxers are hoping to follow in their footsteps. They want government support to form Cuba's first female boxing team. Legnis Kala says she'd love to represent her country at the Japan Olympics in 2020. Idamelis Moreno, who's 24, trains at least 2 hours a day after work. Her regime includes running several miles, lifting weights and sparring with both men and women. Moreno was one of a group of women who were thrown out of a local gym when sports officials found out that they were training there. Olympic silver medalist Emilio Correa Jr. stepped in to help some of the women find another gym to train in. He says that women have strong potential as boxers. They are diamonds in the rough. But the government is taking its time in making the decision. Officials say they are carrying out medical studies to understand the impact of blows to a woman's body and whether such action is appropriate. Female athletes in Cuba have made strides in many other sports, including wrestling, judo and weightlifting, but it may take a little longer for boxing to take that step.
The New England Patriots pulled off the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history with an overtime victory over the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. Here's more.
Toss to White.
History in Houston.
Patriots win the Super Bowl. What a comeback.
The New England Patriots capped off the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history with the first ever overtime win in a Super Bowl.
James White lifted the Pats to a 34-28 victory by punching in his third touchdown of the night.
What an effort by James White, who's had himself a heck of a ball game.
Tom Brady now has a record 5th Super Bowl title. He was overcome with emotion after the win, embracing his coach, Bill Belichick.
Touchdown, Atlanta.
But for most of the night, it appeared the game would be a blowout.
For Atlanta, they lead by 7.
The Atlanta Falcons dominated through the second quarter and led 21-3 at halftime.
Intercepted Robert Alford. And there's not much going right for New England.
Sure, Gaga raised the roof at halftime. The Patriots raised their game in the second half.
Touchdown! Tom Brady has rallied the Patriots from a 21-point or more deficit to win a game 3 times. Here's Edelman.
Brady connected with receiver Julian Edelman for this incredible catch to keep the fourth quarter drive alive. Edelman credited his bromance with Brady for the already legendary grab.
I knew I had like good feel on it. I was like, I'm pretty sure I got it. It feels good. I'll tell you that right now.
The Patriots ultimately scored 25 consecutive points. This clutch 2-point conversion tied the game with just 57 seconds left, forcing the first overtime in Super Bowl history. Brady then marched his team down the field to set up this 2-yard touchdown run for the win.
And if there was any doubt coming into this game about Tom Brady and where he ranks, nobody's ever won more Super Bowls, nobody's ever been better.
Brady's wife, supermodel Gisele Bundchen, went nuts in the stands.
Brady dedicated the win to his mom, Guylan, who was able to attend her first Patriots game all season following a serious illness.
I was happy everybody was here. It was a full contingent of support.
After the win, the moment many thought could get a bit awkward. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, who suspended Brady 4 games in connection with the Deflategate scandal, had to present the Vince Lombardi Trophy to the Patriots. Goodell was booed loudly. Those boos quickly turned to cheers as the now 4-time Super Bowl MVP Brady hoisted the trophy.
I'm so proud of our guys. Everyone back in Boston, New England, we love you. You've been with us all year. We're bringing this sucker home.
Matt Ryan reacted emotionally to what some are calling the biggest choke of all time.
You know, it's hard to find words tonight. You know, we just didn't get it done today, which was disappointing.
When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines. Recapping the top stories, Team Unity Town Hall meetings continue in Newtown. Prime Minister Harris praises new head of the Police Forensics Unit. And Minister Byron gives an update on the hospital records upgrade project. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Berridge. Goodbye.